Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today I'm back with a meals of the week video. Well, this is kind of meals that I've had over the last 2 weeks that I've basically remembered to take. There's a couple of filmy kind of ones in here, but mainly just picture. I tried to film when I could. So tonight I'm making it was a spicy sausage and tortellini pasta bake. So I've done this quite a few times, and it's literally just like a bolognese that I've made at the back there, and then I've got the tortellini that's been cooked in there, and then I've tipped in the white lasagna sauce. I just tend to get any kind of bottle I can find, and I put the mince on top of that tortellini like so, and then I just put the leftover white lasagna sauce on top. It's kind of like a lasagna in a way. And then I literally just smother it in cheese afterwards, and I bake it in the oven, and that's pretty much what it come out with. Oh, and I put a little just basil on top just to put some herbs in there as well. And yeah, that's it. It's really simple. It doesn't take very long at all. But yeah, it's one of our favourite meals. It doesn't look that appetising once I dish it up, but it is quite nice. Yeah, that was it when I dished it up, and yeah, so that's what we had for dinner that night. Next up, I think it's Richmond sausages we had in this, but I basically get a giant Yorkshire pudding, which I buy from Asda. It's the only place I think I can seem to find them from. And then I get some minted potatoes that just go in the microwave really quick, and then I cook my steamed broccoli and my cauliflower up with the Richmond sausages, and then some gravy on top. Again, that literally only takes me 20 minutes or so to make. That's just a really quick dinner. I'm just trying to make really quick dinners at the moment with us working a lot. So yeah, that's what we had for dinner that night. So for tonight's dinner, I made lasagna. I keep trying to get it like my mum's lasagna, and this was as close as I got. It was pretty similar. So yeah, I am quite proud of this one. It fell apart a little bit, but I think I keep making too much of the sauce. So I only need to tweak it a little bit, I think. And I served this up with some steamed veg bags that I can get. I think I got them from Asda. And I do love these veg bags because when I either forget or I just can't be bothered to cook a whole bunch of veg, I can just shove some of those bags in the microwave for about 2 to 4 minutes, and then that's all my veg done. And then I just made some roast potatoes on top. So yeah, that's what we had for dinner that night. Although my partner actually wasn't hungry that night, he only had like 2 bites. So yeah, that quite annoys me when that happens, because I feel like lasagna particularly, it takes like a lot of effort, and when other people in the family don't eat it or decide they're not hungry, I've put like a lot of effort into it, so it feels like a waste of time. So yeah, lasagna's not something I make very often just because of how long it takes. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner that night. And next up, I don't know why I didn't take much of a clearer picture than this. It's not a very good picture, but it's basically, I think it's called walking tacos, but you basically like cut open a bag of chips like sideways. So we had these Dorito tortilla chips you can get, and we just made one between us, and then I made like a taco mixture, and I put lettuce, tomato, red onion, everything on top with some sour cream. So it's basically just like a taco in a Dorito bag basically. But yeah, that's what we had between us that night. So next up for dinner, we made a chicken balti. So this was one from a Gusto box. I think I could have made it nicer than it was. I'd read the instructions wrong, and I'd like boiled the chicken in the sauce, and anyway, it was a bit of a palaver. I had to kind of turn it around, but yeah, that's what we had for dinner tonight. But I'd probably make it again, but just using my own recipe next time. Next up, I made a sausage casserole. I tried to do this in the slow cooker, but the sausages kind of turned a little bit mushy. I did take them out to try and oven them. I think I should have fried them or ovened them beforehand, just so they're crisp on the outside, and then put them in the slow cooker. Or I think last time I just made it in the oven and it was a lot nicer in the oven, so I'll probably just stick to that. But yeah, it was just a sausage casserole, mixed powder I'd got, and I put that with some carrots, some onions. There was some baby potatoes in there, and just some Richmond sausages, and then I served it with some minted potatoes. To be honest, I kind of did two types of potatoes, but I hadn't realised I'd brought two types of potatoes. Anyway, but yeah, and I served it with some broccoli and some green beans. But yeah, it was a really nice dinner. I just would cook it slightly different next time. Then next up, I made a chicken curry. So this was using a Chinese curry powder, and I've started to poach my chicken instead. I used to do it in the slow cooker, but it breaks up too much doing it that way. So I've started to poach the chicken instead, and then cook the sauce separate in the saucepan, and that works out a lot better. And then I just served it with some onions and peas, and just some rice that I did in my rice cooker. So yeah, it only took about, I'd say 20-30 minutes altogether just to let the chicken poach, but yeah, that was really nice. So that's what we had tonight. So next up, but this one, sorry about some of the pictures in this video. I'd asked my partner to take some of the pictures, and for some reason he took the pictures upside down, and it was really hard. I tried my best to turn the pictures around in the phone, but I couldn't get it quite the way round, so some of them are a bit sideways. But anyway, yeah, we had Richmond sausages, and I made like an onion gravy, and I just served it with some steamed veg and some mashed potato. And yeah, I'd been craving this for quite a while. I think I had like a whole bag of sausages that I needed using up anyway. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner that night. So next up, I honestly can't remember when I made this, and I showed Darren, I was like, when did we make this? But it says it was only a couple of weeks ago, but for some reason I don't remember. I think I did it in the slow cooker. I think it's like a mixture of minced gravy, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and onion and that. And I think I just did like a minced gravy recipe. I think again that was in a slow cooker. I've always fried my mince first before putting it in the slow cooker, because again it can otherwise turn quite mushy. And I served it with some mashed potato, but I've just realized it's basically like a open cottage pie. So I don't know why I didn't just make a cottage pie. I'm not sure, but I do remember that I really liked it, so I would probably do it again this way, I reckon. But yeah, I might actually put it on my rotation menu in a couple of weeks time, and see if we can recreate it. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner. This was a meal right before I went food shopping. I'd actually made a soup. Well, I tried to, but I'd done it in the slow cooker before I went to work, and I forgot to put the chicken stock in, so it was just vegetables and water, and I forgot the main ingredient, the stock, so it just tasted like vegetable stock in the end. Like, so I had to cook something else really quickly. So this is what we ended up having, was just some rice and some leftover Swedish meatballs that I had in the freezer. So, and I just served it with some gravy. So it was a really quick emergency dinner. But I think I'm gonna have to create that. I'm gonna have to like leave like an emergency, something I can shove in the oven quite quickly, for situations when I mess up like that. So tonight we had chicken parmesan. I had made this for my mum's birthday dinner. Actually, I tried to recreate it, but I was cooking for about 7 adults and that night, so I couldn't quite create the sauce exactly where I wanted it to. But yeah, it's like literally like a breaded chicken cutlet that I fried, and then you put like margarita sauce in the oven and some cheese, and you slide it on top of the cutlet. And then I served it with some roasted potatoes with some herbs on, and some sweet corn and peas. And this version actually turned out better than the one I had made at my mum's, because I couldn't replicate the sauce on the trays because there wasn't enough room in the oven, so I had to bake the sauce on top of the chicken cutlet when I was at my mum's birthday dinner, which didn't turn out the way I'd hoped it would. So yeah, it's easier to make if there's less people, basically. It if there's like 4 of you, then I think I could have done it quite easily. But it was really, really, really nice, and I would definitely make this again. So I've only got a couple more meals to show you. So this was a chicken casserole. I have cooked this a few times over the last couple of weeks, but there was no point putting multiple pictures in it. And it's literally just done it in the slow cooker. I really like it. It's like chicken and chicken stock and double cream and some I think there's some onions, some sweet carrots, and then I did some homemade dumplings as well as I've done, and it's one of my favourite meals because it's just so simple and it doesn't take that much effort. So I really like making this, but again I have cooked it quite a few times over the last couple of weeks, so my partner Darren's probably quite sick of it, bless him. But yeah, that was what we had for dinner tonight. So yeah, this was another upside down picture that I tried to turn around. But I'd made chicken roast dinner, but I had to do this whilst I was working as well. So I swapped a lot of my homemade ingredients to just really quick ingredients. So I did just frozen Yorkshire puddings this time, and just some minted potatoes that I chuck in the microwave, and then all I needed to do was boil my veg and cook my chicken separately. So it was really easy actually. But it's a simpler way of doing it when I don't have all day to spare. So yeah, that is my meals of the week video. So if you were still watching at the end, I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye.